Do you ever feel bad whenever you don't have time to go to the gym? Why did you get off of birth control? You and Jacob lived together, and when did you know it was the right time? What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, hi, my name is Maddie. I make a ton of fitness, lifestyle, wellness kind of videos. So you guys should hit that subscribe button down below and stay a while so you guys never miss out on another video. I do upload every Wednesday and Sunday, and I am active on all social media platforms, so I will leave all the links to those down below so you guys can follow me, see some more of my life, and stay up to date. Today's video is going to be a little chit chat, get ready with me, updated makeup routine. I do have a laser hair removal appointment today, so I'm getting ready to do that. I have some errands to run, so I was like, you know what? Let's do my makeup. I am breaking out a little bit right now. I just got off birth control. I believe I'm on week 3 or 4 of being off birth control. So the post-hormonal acne may be a little all over the place. So that's another topic that I'm gonna be getting into in this video. I've been getting a ton of questions about getting off birth control. So with that being said, let's get into today's video. I'm gonna be answering a bunch of questions over on Instagram that I was asked. I told you guys to ask me some questions last week. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, make sure to. I will leave it here on the screen and down below as well. That way you guys can always participate in future Q&As. I always have you guys ask me questions over there and give me new YouTube video ideas. So make sure you guys are following me over there so you guys don't miss out on that stuff. And with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay, so first, gotta put some hair clips in the hair. I also already did my skincare routine. I believe I posted a video on my morning skincare routine, like a morning routine video I did. I don't know. I filmed so many videos that I'm like, don't even remember, but I will also post a new updated morning routine skincare as well, because I feel like my skincare recently has changed, especially after getting off birth control. Kind of switched things up a little bit. So before I get into these questions, I'm gonna start off a little bit with my makeup. Also, I got cupped the other day, so that's why I have spots all over me. But starting off, I'm gonna be going in with the Fenty Beauty primer. I do about a pump of this, and I just rub this all over my face. Also, keep in mind, guys, I do not wear face makeup like ever, like maybe once a week, maybe like once every other week. I just like to just have my eye makeup on, like my mascara, my eyebrows, and like eyeliner, and that's it, and I call it a day. Just because I've noticed that whenever I wear like foundation and stuff, I start to like break out a lot. So I try not to wear it very often, but I have kind of been reaching for this product a little more recently. I'm trying out the Fit Me by Maybelline Tinted Moisturizer. I heard some like mixed things on like TikTok about this, but I like tinted moisturizers because they obviously are a little bit lighter on the skin, and I just feel like it just looks better on my face personally, especially because I do work out. I'm actually gonna be going to the gym after I film this, but some days I'll just have like tinted moisturizer on, call it a day, and go to the gym like that. I don't like to have a lot of like foundation on, but when I am going out or I'm doing like a photo shoot or something, I always reach for this. This is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation Oil-Free Full Coverage. This one it has SPF 50 in it, which I like. It's a full coverage moisturizer, which again, I do like that it's a moisturizer, but it is very full coverage and it feels full coverage on the skin. So that's why I tend to do that one whenever I'm like going out somewhere. But if I'm just going out and about to the gym or to go run errands, I'll reach for this. I don't like it super full coverage. I like my skin to peek through it as well. Still shows some of my imperfections, shows a little bit of oiliness, but I totally don't care. I just want a little bit of coverage on my face. I don't want a lot. Also, I started wearing tinted moisturizer a little more frequently because once I dyed my hair dark, I don't spray tan my face. Well, I do, but then I wipe it off because I don't like spray tan on my face. So the discoloration or the mixed matched color between my body versus my face is just like ridiculous whenever I don't have tinted moisturizer on. So that's another reason why I tend to wear it more. But I haven't got a spray tan in like 2 weeks because I have to get laser today. And you are not allowed to be like self-tanning or, you know, be out in the sun tanning or anything while you're doing laser. So yeah, I don't spray tan the weeks that I'm doing laser. I am gonna get a spray tan after my laser, probably tomorrow, but I tend not to like, I don't really like self-tan much or spray tan much in the summer. I tend to just like do it more in the winter, but I've been trying to like not lay out in the sun forever and tan because like I know the UV rays are so bad for your skin. So I'm trying to do spray tans a little more. That way I can still be tan during the summer but not out like baking in the sun for hours like I normally do. So let's get into the questions. We're gonna start off with a question about the Fit Expo, which was, what was the most shocking thing about the Fit Expo? So if you guys don't know, I did go to the LA Fit Expo, I believe like 2 weeks ago. Had a booth there with my friend Vanessa, and I've never done like any type of like expo, pop-up, anything like that. This was my first like event like that. So honestly, I didn't really know what to expect, guys. Like I said, I'd never been to one. But I think the most shocking thing for me was being able to meet so many of you guys. Like, I knew that people followed me like on all my social medias, and I knew people like stayed up to date with what I do, but I feel like it doesn't feel real until you're like at an event and people are like coming up to you and like recognizing you. I live in a very small town, so I don't get recognized very often around here. I do every once in a while, but not a lot. So being in LA, where so many of my followers are based, and constantly having people come up to me, say they follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, on YouTube, and wanting to get a picture, wanting to like tell me about their journey, and I'm the reason they started fitness. And it was just a really good feeling, and honestly it shocked me because, like I said, I know people follow me, I know people watch my content, but it doesn't really feel real until people are actually coming up to you telling you that. So I think that was definitely the most shocking thing about the expo, and I'm just so grateful to have this platform and to have you guys, and it was just such an amazing experience, and I hope to do it next year again because I enjoyed it so much. As for concealer, this is the Radiant Creamy Concealer from NARS. I usually go in with a beauty blender, but I don't know where my beauty blender is, so we're just gonna be patting this in with our ring finger, and after I apply this under my eyes, I just like leave it there for like 30 seconds. That way it gets tacky and I'm able to like blend it out. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing this all underneath my eyes. So I also got a question about my favorite foundation, which I already showed you guys, the IT Cosmetics Full Coverage Moisturizer. This is my favorite foundation. Like I said, this is the one that I use whenever I'm like going out and about or needing to like do a photo shoot or something. A drugstore version of that also is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I really like this as well, but I just find that these are a little more like full coverage and just thicker on my skin, so I tend to only wear these whenever I'm going out. And then like I said, I use the Fit Me moisturizer today whenever I just want like a little bit of color to my skin. So next question is, do you ever feel bad whenever you don't have time to go to the gym? So Gym Guild is a question, Gym Guild is actually a question that I get a lot. So I feel like within the last like year, I have just created or have just been able to, I guess, like I said, create just a different relationship with fitness. And for the longest time, I used to feel super guilty when I would like miss out on the gym because I had something going on, or I wouldn't, you know, have time to do cardio after the gym because I had to be in a meeting and I had to only have time for my lift. I used to feel so guilty, you guys. But within like the last year, I just feel like I've created such a good balance between the gym, like a healthy lifestyle, eating good, but like also going out and enjoying things. Like when Jacob and I first started dating, we started dating like 2 years ago. I used to be so hard on myself, like wouldn't drink alcohol, never wanted to go like eat out, eat unhealthy. And within the last year, I finally have just found a balance with that. And if I want to go eat out on the weekend, I'm not gonna, you know, beat myself up over it. Or if I want to have like a glass of wine throughout the week, or, you know, go out and have drinks on the weekend, like it's okay. And I just came to the realization that like, one, you only live once, and do I want to like look back when I'm 80 years old and remember how much I restricted myself and didn't allow myself to like go out and enjoy life and experience different foods and different things? Or do I want to look back when I'm 80 years old and be like, wow, like I took care of myself mentally and physically, and I got to experience and try so many new things while still being on my health and wellness journey. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, and I've just realized that I don't want to miss out on things because of how strict I am with my diet. And also, I work out because it makes me feel good and because I genuinely enjoy it. It's good for my mental health, it's good for my physical health, but I'm not competing, I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm not doing any of that. Like, yes, I have goals in the fitness world, but I don't need to be so hard and strict on myself when I'm not competing. I'm not, you know, a bodybuilder or anything. It's different if you are doing, you know, either of those. But if you're just like a person who just enjoys working out and enjoys having a fitness and wellness like lifestyle, then you don't need to be super, super hard on yourself to where you're eating chicken and rice every single day, or restricting yourself from, you know, a piece of chocolate at night, or an ice cream at night, or something like that. And I feel like now, since I have found that balance between my health and fitness journey, I am so much happier. Like, I don't feel guilty if I miss the gym one day because I have a meeting going on and I can't do my strict, you know, 5 days a week, these rest days. Like, my rest days vary every week. I listen to my body more. I'm so much more in tune with my body. And when I'm sore, I rest, I do proper recovery, I take care of myself. And I just feel like I have such a better balance that it makes me want to go to the gym more, and it motivates me to eat healthier. And when I have those weekends where I go out and I eat, or I go out and I drink, like, I don't feel so guilty because I take care of myself and I put so much work in during the week, and I don't want to, you know, restrict myself. So I hope that makes sense. I feel like that was just kind of like a ramble on and on, but basically point blank is I don't restrict myself, and it's just taken me honestly a while to find that balance, but coming to realization that I'm not a bodybuilder, I'm not competing, like, what am I trying to prove myself for? And to live a healthy and happy lifestyle has just made me so much happier, like physically and mentally. As for products, I use this CoverGirl loose translucent powder under my eyes. I'm just trying to use up the rest of it because I've had it forever. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro powder that I use all over my face. And then I'm going in with the Chocolate Soleil Too Faced bronzer or contour. And then this MAC blush, which is in the color Milka, that I'm gonna be putting all over my cheeks. Okay, so we have a couple of questions about my birth control journey, why I got off, how long I've been off, and things like that. So first question is, why did you get off of birth control? So I have been on birth control for 9 years, and before, I guess I should preface, before I get into my whole birth control journey, I don't want any comments of like, wow, you were on it for 9 years. Like, that's so wrong, or that's so unhealthy. It's so bad of your mom to have you on it that long. Like, before you guys make any of those comments, I don't want to hear them. Obviously, I followed what my doctor recommended to me at a young age. And now looking back, my mom and I have learned so much from me being off birth control, and just over the last like 10 years that like whenever I have kids, I know like my research on hormonal birth control, and I know what I would recommend for my kids and what I wouldn't allow for my kids. So before I have any of those comments, just don't leave them, guys. Like, I'm just sharing my personal story with you guys and my personal experience with birth control. So anyway, I have been on birth control for 9 years. So I got on it when I was like 13, 14 years old. My doctor recommended it because at the time I had really bad periods, of course. I wasn't sexually active whenever I got on it, but my doctor recommended it for bad periods, and of course my mom was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, if that's what the doctor's recommending, like, why wouldn't we do it? So I've been on it for that long. I've just never had a reason to get off of it. I was in a relationship, well, an off and on relationship for 4 years before Jacob, and then I am now with Jacob of 2 years. So I've always been on birth control, especially whenever I've been in relationships, because I am sexually active in relationships, of course. So I decided to get off of it. I started doing some research on the internet about it. I started seeing a lot more girls on TikTok talking about it, especially girls my age, talking about how they got on it at such a young age. Their doctor put them on it because of their periods when they were like 14, 15 years old, and it just resonated with me and I could relate to it. So started doing my own research, and obviously I've heard a lot of stories about women with fertility issues because they've been on birth control for so long. Fertility issues do run in my family. My grandma has had fertility issues, so that's something that definitely has scared me as well. So I finally just pulled the trigger and was like, you know what, I've been in a relationship for 2 years now. I sat down with Jacob and I had the conversation, and I was like, look, I want to get off birth control. I'm going to get off of it. You know, we're going to have to use some form of protection because we are not ready to have kids yet. We just want to enjoy our life some more, and we're just not at that stage yet where we want to start trying to have kids. But after being in a relationship for 2 years, I was like, I'm ready to get off of it. Like, it's time to get off of it. I talked to my mom about it, talked to Jacob about it, let them know how I was feeling, and I didn't consult with my doctor or anything. I literally just cold turkeyed and got off. I finished my pack of birth control and I got off of it. So I've been off for 3 months now, 3 to 4 weeks now, and I've noticed such a change, guys. Like, have a little bit of acne, but I've noticed my anxiety has reduced a good amount so far, so I could only imagine how my anxiety is going to be in like a couple of months from now. I haven't had my first period yet, so I can't speak too much about the aftermath of my body because I haven't had my first period yet, but my moods have been just fine. Jacob says he feels like I've been a little bit more like happy. I don't have as much anxiety. I just overall, just my body just feels good. I've noticed my digestive system has improved a lot. I've always had digestion problems, like a lot of issues with going to the bathroom. Things don't sit well in my stomach and it goes right through me as soon as I eat something, and I've noticed that that hasn't been happening since I've been on birth control. And I did a little bit of research, and the higher estrogen levels you are on can cause digestion problems, and I was on a higher level of estrogen. I was on a lower dosage in college, and then I don't even remember exactly the reason, but my doctor recommended us go on a higher level of estrogen for whatever I was experiencing at the time, so we went up to a higher level, and I've just had really bad digestion problems for the last like couple of years. So I've noticed that those have improved a little bit, which has been so nice. Personal preference, obviously, I'm not trying to get pregnant right now, but we definitely do want to start having kids here in the next couple of years. So I thought it's time to get off of it now. That way, whenever we are ready to have kids or start trying, I'm not gonna be needing to just like get off birth control, possibly have to wait a year to get the birth control out of my system before we could start having kids. So yeah, that's my personal preference. Obviously, if birth control works for you, I'm not saying you need to get off of it. I'm not saying it's bad for you. It's just my own personal experience with it. I'm just over being on it, and I just want to be more in tune with my body naturally rather than having a synthetic hormone inside of my body. Okay, so before I get into the eye makeup, all I literally do is just eyebrows, mascara, and eyeliner. That's it. Mascara. The Colossal by Maybelline. I've been using this for years. I love it. It's the one with the leopard print on top. I'm obsessed with it. Eyeliner is the Urban Decay All Nighter. Again, I've been using this since I was like 12. I love it. I just put it on my lower lash line. And then for eyebrows, I go back and forth between doing like a laminated brow and then doing more of like a sharper, cleaner cut brow. So if I'm doing a laminated brow, I use this Anastasia like dip clear gel pomade, but I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm going to be just using my Benefit Precision Brow Pencil and then going over with this Anastasia like tinted brow gel and just kind of fluffing them a little bit. And yeah, that's going to be what I'm doing on my eyes. So I do have another question about birth control, and it is, what are you doing for birth control now? So as mentioned, your girl's not trying to get pregnant anytime soon, so you guys are probably like wondering, what am I doing for birth control now? So I recently started using Natural Cycles, which is a FDA cleared non-hormonal birth control. So basically what it is, it's a little like thermometer. So it takes your basal body temperature every day, and basically you input that into the Natural Cycles app, and it tells you your fertility that day. So either green, you're good to go, you don't need to use protection, you're not fertile that day, or a red dot, which means you are fertile. So if you're going to have sex, use protection. It does take a lot of other things in as well. So you can input if you had sex that day, what type of sex you had, your sex drive, any cravings, any cramping, any spotting, anything like that, it'll take into consideration for your fertility as well. I have been using it for 3 weeks now. I love it. Whenever you first start off, you do have more red days than you do green days. So I have not had any green days yet. So for birth control, since we are sexually active, we have been using protection the last couple of weeks. But my plan is, once I start getting more green days and being more in tune with my body, my plan is to use protection on the red days and then not use protection on the green days, because I fully do trust this app. Done a lot of research on it, and a lot of other girls have been talking about it, how they've been on it for years and they swear by it. And I've gotten so many comments from women saying, I got off birth control and I got pregnant 3 months later. And I have done so much research, guys, and I'm not here to scare you, but there is a crossover window when women think that they get pregnant on their period. It's right after, or you can only get pregnant when you are ovulating. So there is a window in that month. I believe it's like anywhere from like 5 to 10 days that you can get pregnant. After that, it's impossible. Like, you literally cannot get pregnant. You also cannot get pregnant on your period. There's just that crossover window between your ovulation and period, which is when women get pregnant and think they get pregnant on their period. But that's why I want to be in tune with my body, guys. I want to understand when I am ovulating. I want to understand, you know, when my cycle is coming. I want to understand those things. That way I don't have to be on birth control forever, and I can know, like, okay, like, we're trying to get pregnant right now. This is when I'm ovulating, so we need to be having sex, especially during this period, because I'm ovulating, I'm going to be able to get pregnant easier. Or, okay, I'm not ovulating, we can do unprotected sex and be fine. Personal preference, of course, but I've just learned so much from being off birth control these last few weeks about my body that I didn't know before. Like, getting on birth control so young, I had no idea that you can only get pregnant during ovulation. Like, I thought you can get pregnant every day of the year. Doctors didn't tell me that. They didn't teach me that in sex ed. My doctor didn't go over that with me. So now, knowing it as a 22-year-old woman, I just feel like I just have so much more control of my body. I'm so much more in tune with it. And like I said, again, personal preference, guys, but this is what I'm doing to prevent pregnancy right now. As for natural cycles, I'll leave the link down below if you guys want to read some more on it. There's just so much information that I haven't even given to you guys from it because there's just an overload of it. But I do have a discount code as well if you guys want to check out natural cycles. I will leave that down below for you guys. Okay, so next question is, do you and Jacob have plans to stay where you're at forever or move anytime soon? So we've obviously had this conversation. Where we live is just very close to our family. His family lives in the same town or around us. My family lives like 20-30 minutes away from us. So it's just convenient where we're at right now, family-wise. He does have 3 siblings, so I'm an only child. Obviously, I've always dreamt of having a big family, marrying into a bigger family. I want my kids to grow up around their cousins. I want his brothers to know their nieces and nephews. Like, I want vice versa. I want to know their kids. And I just feel like we want a very tight-knit family. So I don't think we have any plans of leaving anytime soon. Honestly, I love where we're at, guys. Like, I went to college in San Diego. I lived in SoCal for a few years. I'm originally from NorCal, and I just love it around here. Like, we're not too far from Napa. We're not too far from like the Bay Area. We're not too far from Tahoe. Like, we're just in a prime location, and I love it, and it's cheaper than SoCal. It obviously still is pricey because it's California, but it is cheaper than SoCal, so I feel like we're able to save some money, travel around the area, travel to different states at the same time. So no, we don't have any plans to leave anytime soon, but would we like to live somewhere else? Yes, and I think maybe once our kids are older, or maybe even when both of our parents are gone and we're just kind of like on our own in a sense, I think we would definitely move. We love Tennessee so much, especially like an hour, 45 minutes out of Nashville. We love like the Nashville area. So hopefully maybe in the future we would either retire in Nashville, or maybe like once our parents have passed away and we just have our kids, we'll pick up and move to Nashville. But for right now, we definitely plan on staying in the area, especially for the sake of our family. I want both of our parents to like know their grandkids. I want to know my nieces and nephews. I want his siblings to know their nieces and nephews. So definitely plan on staying in the area for the time being. Next question is, how long have you and Jacob lived together, and when did you know it was the right time? So Jacob and I have been together for 2 years, and we have lived together a little bit over a year. As for knowing it's the right time, I feel like you just kind of, know, but like you kind of also have to take that risk. So when we first started dating, neither of us have ever like lived with a significant other. I was still in college. I was in my last year of college, so I was going to school online because of COVID, obviously. And we both were just like in the dating phase. We both lived on our own. I lived back at home because I was still in college and I was living with my mom. So we dated for a year, and then honestly, we kind of just like mutually had like talked about like getting a house together, living together. Obviously we are older, and he's 25, I'm 22. At the time I was 21. And we just like talked about wanting to move together, wanting to get a house together, move in together. So we started looking. We weren't in a rush or anything. And the house that we're in right now, the opportunity came up. It was super affordable rent, and it was a good location. So we decided to take the risk and move in together. But honestly, my viewpoint on living with a significant other is I think it is so important to live with your significant other before taking that next step, and I mean like marriage, because I feel like it has, one, made our relationship so much stronger. We have learned so much about each other and ourselves. I have learned so much about like him. I have learned so much about our relationship, about sorry guys, my camera stopped recording. So anyway, I learned so much about him. I've learned so much about like his needs, his love language, how we work together good as like partners, how we can get through arguments together. Like just, I've learned so much about living with him and I love it. I feel like it's made our relationship so much stronger. Like, was it hard at first? Yes, because both of us have never lived with significant others. I've lived with girls before, he's lived with guys before, but living with your partner, especially of the opposite sex, is a big adjustment. Like, especially when you grow up differently and you come from different households, like there's things that like, you know, I was used to doing that he was not, and vice versa. So I love living with him. I'm so happy we live together. I feel like it's made our relationship so much stronger. But as for knowing when it's ready, when we were ready, like I said, we were together for a year and we just decided like, I think we're ready to take the next step and move in together. And yeah, so we took the risk and we moved in together. Honestly guys, the worst thing that could happen is it doesn't work out and you either move back home or you move separately. Like sometimes you need to figure that out to find out if you're with the right person, and sometimes maybe you guys aren't ready to move in together and you want to continue living separately and having your separate lives but still dating at the same time and staying in each other's houses. It's honestly just what works best for you and your partner. So yeah, we did move in together after being together for a year. I love it. I'm so happy we live together and I wouldn't have it any other way. Obviously we are working towards the next step, which is a couple questions that I got again about marriage. You guys always ask questions about me and Jacob. I love it because I love being so like just open and honest with you guys. But as for the marriage questions, do we have plans of getting married anytime soon? That is the next step. That's what we're working towards, but no, we're not in a rush. I always say when it happens, it happens. It's obviously not on my terms, it's on his. But we have had the conversation of like rings and, you know, where we would like to get married, things like that. But we're not in any rush to get married or have kids. Like, we are young, we're enjoying the dating phase, we're enjoying living together, and we're enjoying traveling together. There's so much we want to see and experience together before we start a family, but we are working towards marriage and towards starting a family together, but obviously we are not in a rush for any of that. All right guys, and then just to top it off on the lips, I just put this little lip gloss on. This is actually from Modern Labs. It's from where I get my like lips done, my laser, my Botox. I will leave the link to it down below. This is literally my favorite lip gloss. It's a lip plumping lip gloss. So I'm gonna be applying that. But basically that is it for my little like makeup routine. It's nothing too dramatic, super simple. I hope I answered some of your guys' questions. There were so many questions and I tried to answer the ones that were like asked a few different times. But if you guys like this video, make sure to give a thumbs up. Make sure to follow me on Instagram down below so you guys can participate in the next Q&A. I love doing these, guys. Also comment down below letting me know what kind of videos you guys want to see in the future. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I will see you guys in next time's video. Bye guys.